What is going on, everybody, today? This is MYG Jeffy 3285, and I'm going to be starting a new 9-part series all about the positional battles for the New York Football Giants. And it's going to be called the New York Giant Roundabout, where I'm going to be going all around every single player at a certain position and the New York Giants' chances of these guys making the roster. And today, obviously, you're always going to start with the most important position on the NFL roster, and that's the quarterback position. And you got 3 contenders right now that are in discussion to make that roster. That'll be Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, and Davis Webb. The 3 quarterbacks right now that are currently on the New York Giants 90-man roster. And there's a possibility that all 3 of these guys could be part of the 53-man roster when the NFL season begins in September. Now, obviously, starting off with Daniel Jones, we all know what the expectations are for Daniel Jones going into the season. It's 100% locked Daniel Jones is going to be here, so I'm not even going to have to debate the percentage chances of Daniel Jones being on the New York Giants roster. He's going to be here. But it's all just going to be about with Daniel Jones. We already know. He's got to stay healthy. He's got to be not afraid to make the plays when they're there in the pocket. When he's scrambling out of the pocket, he's got to avoid those turnovers. And Daniel Jones, this is his last chance right now to prove that he can be the New York Giants franchise quarterback moving forward. So Daniel Jones, everything's there for you. Improved offensive line, improved scheming, better coaching, hopefully healthy playmakers. We already know what Daniel Jones should be able to bring to the table in terms of his skill set. We just got to hope that Daniel Jones can go out there and execute when it's necessary and when it's there for him to make the plays. And also, we just need Daniel Jones to remain on the field for more than at least... He needs to be on the field for at least 16, 17 games. I would hope he could play for the entire season because it's such a critical time for him. And if he misses any games, he's done. Now, in terms of the backup quarterback position, you got Tyrod Taylor, the seasoned veteran who's been in the league since 2011, being drafted by the Ravens, as well as Davis Webb, who this is actually his second tour being with the New York Giants after he was drafted by the Giants in 2017. Now, in terms of the probability that both these guys are going to make the roster, Tyrod Taylor, he has some ability. This guy can be able to scramble in and out of the pocket. He actually is a pretty good fit for what Brian Daboll and Mike Kafka want to use in their quarterback system. But the problem with Tyrod Taylor has always been injuries. Tyrod Taylor has had his opportunities to take a chance at becoming the potential starting quarterback for every team he's played for. But the problem is Tyrod Taylor can never just escape that injury bug. And he's always had something that's happened to him wherever he's been that's unfortunately derailed his career, and why he's been pretty much a backup for most of his time. Also because I think he's just an undersized quarterback who just unfortunately, he just can't stay on the field. Because the guy does have some ability. He can scramble in and out of the pocket. He can make some decent throws when he's out of the pocket. It's just like I mentioned before, this guy just cannot stay healthy. And he's pretty much coming into the New York Giants right now to be that backup quarterback just in case Daniel Jones gets hurt, because you don't want to get stuck with what you had last year when you have Mike Glennon and when you had Jake Fromm taking over as your backup quarterbacks if Daniel Jones got hurt. So at least you have a seasoned veteran that if DJ does somehow gets hurt, if he does go down anytime during the season, you have a veteran quarterback that can go in there and he can be able to command the offense as well as being able to go in there and pretty much make the plays if necessary. You're not going to get anything spectacular out of Tyrod Taylor. Don't expect Patrick Mahomes or any type of those numbers. You're just expecting a guy that can go in there and be efficient when he's asked to and not completely fall on his face when, you know, when you need him to make a play or two. So, Tyrod Taylor is going to be... He's probably going to be an important piece to this team because you don't know with DJ's health issues that he's had the past few years. Asking Daniel Jones to play 17 games is going to be asking a lot. And that's actually the same thing with Tyrod Taylor. So, it's just nice to have a good season backup. Do I expect Tyrod Taylor to become a starting quarterback this year? Absolutely not. Don't think he's going to be it. It's Daniel Jones' year. But Tyrod Taylor is a very good, solid backup quarterback to have. Maybe one of the best backup quarterbacks in the NFL. For the Giants to have a much better a million times better option than what we had last year. Now, in terms of Davis Webb, second stint with the New York Giants, was part of the Buffalo Bills last year. He was underneath Brian Daboll's offense, so he's pretty much come over here with having a knowledge of Brian Daboll's offense. He's probably given the notes and stuff to Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones as they've gone along. But Davis Webb, Tyrod Taylor has got a 100% chance of making the roster. Davis Webb, I'd probably say it's about a 65% chance, 60 to 65% chance, because I don't know if the New York Giants are going to carry 3 quarterbacks, but I think Davis Webb, I think he has a better chance of making the roster, if anything, because he's not playing. He's not coming in here to start. He's not coming in here to back up. Davis Webb is pretty much there to hold the clipboard, teach up Daniel Jones on the offense some more, teach up Tyrod Taylor. He's just pretty much there to be a teacher and help, Daniel Jones out with just learning the offense more and helping maybe become more of a better quarterback cerebrally. Obviously not on the field, because Davis Webb, he's had his chances to become something in the NFL, and he just couldn't get it done with the Jets. And obviously when he was in Buffalo, he was mainly just a second or third string quarterback with Buffalo. So you're not expecting much in terms of that. Davis Webb is just a clipboard holder. He's just going to give his opinions, just help out Daniel Jones, cerebrally in terms of learning the offense, and that's pretty much it. If Davis Webb has to ever suit up for the New York Giants at being the quarterback, we are in a lot more trouble than we can expect. So that's just a quick breakdown of the quarterback position going into the New York Giants, going to training camp in about a few weeks from now. Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, Davis Webb, that's the people right now that you have in that quarterback room. Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor will be on this roster unless they get hurt. But I expect them to both be on this roster when the season begins in September. Davis Webb, you could question if maybe they decide to go with 2 quarterbacks this offseason, but most likely I think Davis Webb will be there. He's going to be pretty much the cerebral guy. So if you like the video, please hit the like button below. Subscribe if you haven't already to NYG Jeffy T 3285 for more breaking news and updates surrounding the New York Football Giants. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short that drops. And leave a comment below on what you feel about this quarterback room going into training camp and as well as going into the season. And if you think they're going to carry 2 or 3 quarterbacks going into the 2022 NFL season. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Take it easy. Let's go New York Football Giants, and let's see what these guys can bring to the table. Take it easy. That's your Giant Roundabout Part 1. Stay tuned for Giants Roundabout Part 2, where I'm going to go over the running backs room. So take it easy, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.